Hi, my name is Ashley Monahan and I'm applying to give a TEDxLSU talk at this year's TEDxLSU. There are people that know exactly what they want to do in life. My cousin fell in love with flying airplanes and the military as a young boy and followed that dream throughout his entire life, and now he's a pilot in the Navy. But what about me? What about all of the rest of us that still don't know what they want to do? I've never liked one thing more than the other. I change career paths every other week. These thoughts used to haunt me during my existential crises as a teen, especially as a senior in college. I had done theater for 10 years, I had just been promoted to backstage coordinator of New Orleans Fashion Week, I was leaving behind a band to go to college to study public relations. I thought, what am I doing? Where am I going? And where do I even want to go? When I started getting involved in the professional world in New Orleans, I started meeting people, creative people, that were like me. They were jacks of all trades. They didn't like just one thing. They didn't stick to the status quo. They customized their careers, focusing on why they were doing what they were doing. They were fumbling and forging their own path to success. They were not only my friends, but they were my idols, and I started interviewing them, asking them how they felt along each step of their career and what brought them to where they are now. I asked them in the end if all their misguided steps connected somehow, and if there was a purpose to each radically different industry they experienced over the course of their career, and they all responded yes. This is how I accidentally started the Jack series, inspired by Jacks of all trades. It's a blog that allows readers to connect, encourage, and reinforce the idea that because a path is not taken does not mean that it should be avoided. Not a lot of people know about the blog. It's still growing, and I hope to make it a site where companies can post job listings and people can find career guides, tips, and tricks to different creative industries. Giving a talk at TEDxLSU would give me a wider audience reach and let students, as well as other professionals, know that the Jack series is out there. There is an aspiring resource and community waiting for them. And I also think students will benefit from the messages that I hope to stress. Being in front of so many students, being able to tell them that the pressure of conforming, of staying on one path is real, and it's very difficult to defer from. But if they choose to do so, it is worth it and so rewarding. I want to encourage them that their career is customizable and that they should be experimenting as much as possible at this time, because experimentation is the only way to figure out what you truly want to do for the rest of your life. I've suffered from extreme anxiety from a very long time, and it's deeply rooted in my need to plan as well as in fear. There's fear of not succeeding, fear of the future, fear of failure. I want to stress to other students that they must learn to conquer or at least live with these fears and to battle them daily. There are so many aspects of experimentation as a young person and so many fears that go along with them. For example, freshman year, 4 friends and I started a women's encouragement group called The Girl Gang. It was awesome. It was so fun. We held monthly meetings and provided a safe space for driven young professional women to come together and talk and collaborate. After a year and a half of doing this, we were prepping for our website, we were being published about in local newspapers, and the project just fell to the wayside. It's been abandoned ever since. One of the co-founders also started a feminist online magazine during that trial period, and it's also been abandoned since then. We talked about the 2 projects all the time, and she frequently feels guilt and regret because of stopping them. She feels held down, she feels like a failure, and she feels like she can't start a new project because of this failure of the last one. And that is something that I want to stress to students as well, that it's okay to try to do something and then decide to stop what you're doing. You're not a failure. You did something and now you're moving on to a bigger, better, different thing. It's all in the learning process. And it's really good to have a plan, but things rarely turn out the way you plan them. I have multiple examples through personal experience and written in the Jack Series interviews that show that people's plans rarely follow through, and that many professionals have followed their passions, fall into their career, and they figure it out along the way. And because of these types of people, these jacks of all trades, they understand that drive and hard work is the most important thing and will get you to where you want to be. Drive and hard work truly are what I believe the secret to success. It's about facing your fears and jumping in head first. And who to tell that to besides energetic, inspiring young people with bright and fresh ideas. And that's why I think that TEDxLSU is the best place to share my idea.